Good evening and welcome to Browning Field, where tonight the Moline Maroons begin their 2003 season by taking on the Porters of Lockport High School. The Moline Maroons come off of a 2002 season in which they finished 5-5 overall, bowing out in the Class 8A playoffs to Downers Grove South 23-6. Meanwhile, Lockport, they come off of a season that everybody dreams of. They won the Class 8A state championship a year ago, beating Lincolnshire Stevenson 35-14 on Thanksgiving weekend down in Champaign. And you would think with Lockport, they lost a lot of seniors off that team. You think they'd have a down year this year, but that is not the case, as they are #1 in the Class 8A preseason AP poll, as they are being highly touted with their offense. They have a quarterback by the name of Jake Christensen, who is just a junior. His favorite target is Randall Griffin, and we'll be talking about those hooking up quite a bit here tonight. Also, the Moline Maroons, well, they lose Larry Turner, their record-breaking rusher for the last 2 or 3 years. So now it looks like the Moline Maroons are going to go with more of a balanced attack between run and pass. And earlier tonight in the sophomore game, it was the Moline sophomores pulling off a 21-18 victory over the Lockport Porter sophomores here at Browning Field. Coming up, we'll have the kickoff of the season opening game for the Moline Maroons. In the first quarter of play, Lockport will be kicking off. The Moline Maroons will be receiving. We have Alec Lance back to receive on the far side, and Aaron Cook to the near side, as we are ready for the 2003 season to get underway. And to kick it off for the Porters is Matt Ludwig, 5'8", 180, and a junior. And the 2003 season is underway. A high kick caught by Aaron Cook at the 12-yard line, across the 15-20, and he is down at the 24-yard line. Tackle made by the Lockport special teams player, Adam Michalski. So 1st and 10 for the Moline Maroons on their first possession of this 2003 season. It begins at the 25-yard line. Reminder that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Courtesy Car City, as well as Mid-American National Bank, Hungry Hobo, Del Newton Allstate Insurance, and Sexton Ford Service. From the 25-yard line for the Moline Maroons on 1st and 10. Receivers right and left. Aaron Cook now in motion to the near side. Handoff, first man through. That's the fullback, Josiah Lorenzen, as he gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tackle made for the Porters by Mike Schaub, 6'2", 240, and a junior. So it brings up 2nd down and about 9 yards to go for the Maroons at the 26-yard line. Second and 9 for the Maroons from the 26. Twin receivers far side I formation. Quarterback Kevin Ryan. Long count. Ryan hands off to Lorenzen. Make that Hoskins. Hoskins on the carry. He'll be dropped for a loss back inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Loss of 3 yards on the play. And that leaves the Moline Maroons with 3rd and 11. Just a minute into the action here tonight with no score. Special thanks to Jay Hake back at the Fox Sports Radio 1230 studios for producing tonight's game. Receiver split right and left, 3rd and long. Double wing, handoff to Hoskins. And he's across the 25 to the 29-yard line. Tackle on the play by Eric Sternberg for the Lockport defense. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Maroons, and they will have to punt. Gain of 5 yards on the play for Hoskins. So now Moline will punt. To handle the punting duties for the Maroons is Tony Gully. Check that. That would be Jason Camella. And the punt takes a Moline bounce inside the 40 to the 36-yard line, and that's where Lockport will begin their first possession here tonight. 9:58 left to go here in the first quarter of play. No score between the Moline Maroons and the Lockport Porters. This is Fox Sports Radio 1230. I'm Mike Coquit, as Lockport has it 1st and 10. Look for Lockport to get their yardage here between the 20s. That's the strategy that defensive coordinator Crick Sandamore is going with the Maroons, but there's a screen pass across the 45-50 into Moline territory, across the 35-30, 25, and finally knocked out of bounds. On the reception is Dan Brady, 6 foot 155 and a junior, but he caught the screen pass and takes it inside the 20 to the 19-yard line of the Moline Maroons. Pickup of 45 yards on the pass play from Christensen to Brady, and a Lockport first down on the first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the Moline 19-yard line. Receivers right and left, single setback. Under center is Jake Christensen. He looks to throw. 3-step drop. Pass is caught inside the 15-yard line. Ball is on the ground and a fumble, and the Moline Maroons have recovered. Eric Rago had the catch for the Lockport Porters, but he fumbled it inside the 15-yard line to the 13. And it looked like Aaron Cook on the reception for, make that on the fumble recovery for the Moline Maroons. And it comes with 9:36 left to go here first quarter, and no score in the football game. So what happens there is that's scored as a 6-yard pass play and a fumble recovery for the Moline Maroons. So at 9:36 left to go here in the first quarter of play, Moline has it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Twin receivers far side, I formation. There's a handoff, second man through, that is Hoskins. He's across the 15-20. He's out to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by the Lockport Porters, Adam Lave, 5'9", 160, and a senior, and a Moline first down. It's Moline's initial first down of this football game and the 2003 season. Pickup of 12 for Hoskins. 1st and 10 for the Maroons at their own 25-yard line. Alec Lance splits to the near side. Splitting to the far side is Sturgill. In the slot formation is Aaron Cook. Give to Hoskins. He's across the 25-30. He breaks one tackle, gets across the 35-yard line. Finally brought out of bounds at the 39-yard line by Evan Mitchell for Lockport's defense, and another Moline first down. They'll spot the ball down at the Moline 39-yard line. Pick up of 14 yards on the play for Hoskins. Justin Hoskins, 5'9", 170, and a sophomore. Receivers right and left. Aaron Cook in the slot to the far side. On 1st and 10, Kevin Ryan on the option, and he still has the football. He breaks one tackle, gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and a flag comes in right next to the out-of-bounds line. 8:46 left to go here first quarter, no score between the Moline Maroons and the Lockport Porters. Both teams have had the football. Lockport had a turnover on their opening possession while Moline had to punt. And as a penalty against the Lockport Porters, give Kevin Ryan a 2-yard gain on the option play, and then they'll tack on another 15 yards for a unsportsmanlike, make that a personal foul penalty against Lockport. So that puts the ball at the Lockport 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Maroons at the Lockport 44-yard line. Receivers right and left. Double slot to the near side. Single setback is Lorenzen. Kevin Ryan, the quarterback, on first down. Draw play. Give to Lorenzen, the fullback. He'll be lucky if he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Tackle made on the play by Evan Mitchell for Lockport's defense. 8:28 left to go here first quarter, no score. I'm Mike Coquit from Fox Sports Radio 1230, bringing you Moline Maroon High School football here tonight. 2nd and 10 for the Maroons at the Lockport 44-yard line. Receiver split to the right side, make that right and left. Double slot to the near side. Lorenzen, the single setback. Kevin Ryan, he tried to run the draw play once again, or the delayed draw, and it did not fool the Lockport defense whatsoever. And he's dropped for a loss back inside Moline territory to the 46-yard line. So a loss of 10 yards on the play for Kevin Ryan. That'll go down as a sack for the Lockport defense. So now the Maroons looking at 3rd and 20 from their own 46-yard line. Clock running. 7.5 minutes left to go here, first quarter, no score. Twin receivers far side, I formation for the Maroons on 3rd down and 20. Kevin Ryan looks to pass, caught by Aaron Cook. Back inside Lockport territory, across the 40 to the 39-yard line. They'll be about 5 yards shy of a first down.
First ball to the Lockport 39.
And a gain on that pass play of 18 yards between Ryan and Aaron Cook. It's the first pass by Kevin Ryan here tonight. So now Moline will not go for it. They'll punt. Camella in to punt for the Moline Maroons for the 2nd time tonight. He gets a high punt heading for the out of bounds area. And let's see where they eventually will mark it. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. We'll figure this out here first, then we'll figure out what they're going to do as far as the punt is concerned. 6:32 left to go here, first quarter. No score, along with Jay Hake back at the Fox Sports Radio 1230 studios. I'm Mike Coquick, glad to be bringing you Moline Maroon High School football here tonight. It was a legal motion against the Moline Maroons. It is declined, and the Lockport Porters will take over following that punt. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Courtesy Car City. Special thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight. You'll be hearing about them throughout the broadcast and throughout the season. And if you can, please thank them for sponsoring Moline Maroon High School football. On first down, a draw play, a give to Sliwa. He's across the 40 into Moline territory. Finally tackled at the Moline 41-yard line. It was a delayed draw that Lockport ran there, and Dan Sliwa takes it to the Moline 40-yard line. Gain of 21 yards on the play and a first down. First and 10 for the Porters at the Moline 40-yard line. Christensen looks to pass. Pass is caught by Sliwa at the 42-yard line. He's dropped at the 40.
Takes it inside the 40. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard there to the 40-yard line. Second and 9 for the Porters at the Moline 40-yard line. Just under 6 minutes left to go here, first quarter, no score. They split 4 receivers out, Lockport does. Junior quarterback Jay Christensen takes the snap, looks to throw on 2nd down. He's looking. He finally finds the receiver, and that is Griffin. That's the receiver we've been talking about. Pass caught down at the 25-yard line. A trio of Moline defenders converge on the tackle, led by Alec Lance, as the Porters pick up 16 yards on the pass play and a first down. Christensen, 4 of 4 passing here in the first quarter for 68 yards, and that's the first time he's hit Griffin on a pass. First and 10 for the Porters at the Moline 24-yard line. Christensen looks to throw on first down, has plenty of time. He looks down the far sideline. Pass is incomplete, down at about the 10-yard line of the Maroons. And that pass was intended for Adam DeCare. So now it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lockport Porters. Ball resting now at the 24-yard line. That's the first incomplete pass of the game for Christensen. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line of the Maroons. Out of shotgun formation is Christensen. Under some pressure. Screen pass set up at the 30-yard line. Across the 25-20. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 14-yard line is Pat Sullivan for the Lockport Porters, and very close to another Lockport first down. And it is a first down. Pick up exactly 10 yards on the play for Sullivan. And that's the 5th different receiver that the Lockport Porters quarterback Jake Christensen has gone to here tonight. 1st and 10 for the Porters at the 14-yard line. No score here with about 4 minutes left to go here first quarter. Christensen looks to throw, the lefty. Pass is over the head of his intended receiver, Sullivan. Pass falls incomplete. Like we'll see with the Pekin Dragons in a couple of weeks, Lockport Porters think pass first, run second. And something we've not seen yet here tonight is the draw play from their quarterback, Jake Christensen. That is something that they also like to run. Pekin also likes to run that draw play. This game here will really prepare Moline well for that game in a couple of weeks. Flag on the play, dead ball foul. Right now we have 2nd and 10 for the Lockport Porters at the Moline 14-yard line, no score. And that penalty is offsides, encroachment against the Moline Maroons for 5 yards. So that'll move the ball inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's the first penalty on the Moline Maroons here tonight. So now it's 2nd and 5 for the Porters at the Moline 9-yard line. They split 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Single setback is Brady. And a pitch back to Brady as he sweeps far side. As he goes off left tackle, he'll get inside the 5-yard line down to the Moline 3. And let's see here. It is a, well, now they're going to mark it back to the 5-yard line. And they'll call it 3rd and inches for the Lockport Porters. 3rd and about a foot to go for Lockport. The ball resting at the 5. There's a handoff to Sliwa, and he a fumble, and Moline has recovered again. Lockport has been inside Moline's 20-yard line 2 out of 2 times tonight, and both times they've turned the ball over. And the Moline Maroons will take over with 4:05 left to go here in the first quarter. .405 left to go here first quarter, and Moline will take over the ball at their own 4-yard line. Again, Lockport has been inside Moline's 15-yard line on each of their 2 possessions and come away empty as they turn it over because of a fumble. Lockport showing some blitz here on first down. Kevin Ryan hands it off to Lorenzen. He pounds between the tackles, gets across the 10-yard line, very close to the 15, and a Moline first down. And it is a Moline first down. So they'll spot the football down at the 14-yard line, gain of 10 for Lorenzen, and a Moline first down. Kevin Ryan pitches it back to Aaron Cook. And Cook gets across the 15-yard line to about the 16. He'll pick up a couple of yards. And we have 3.5 left to go here in the first quarter. No score. Just a heads up to my producer, Jay Hake. Get ready to run a commercial for Courtesy Car City here at the end of the first quarter. As the ball resting now at the 16-yard line. 2nd down and 8. And there's a give. I believe that's the fullback, Lorenzen. Yes, it is, on the 2nd down play. He'll pick up a yard to the 17. It's going to leave the Moline Maroons with 3rd down and 7 yards to go for a first down. Just under 3 minutes left to go here, first quarter, no score. Along with Jay Hake back at the Fox Sports Radio 1230 studios. I'm Mike Coquit. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Mid-America National Bank. I formation for the Maroons on 3rd and 7. And there's a give to Aaron Cook on the jet sweep. And he picks up little to nothing. Tackled at the 16-yard line. Tackle made for the Lockport Porters by Brian LaGiglia. So now Moline will have to punt for a 3rd time here tonight, as that play lost a yard for Aaron Cook. Back to receive is DeCare. And almost blocked is Camella's punt. He does get it off. DeCare picks it up, has a hard time handling it, and his knee touched the ground when he went to pick up the football, so the play is called dead right there. And Lockport will have it 1st and 10 at the Moline 45-yard line. With 1:53 left to go here in this first quarter play, no score. Tonight's game is also being brought to you in part by Hungry Hobo. There's only one number 11, high-quality ham, salami, pepperoni, and provolone cheese that is sliced to order on the Hungry Hobo's soft French bread. Christensen looks to throw on 1st down, goes downfield for Griffin, and the pass falls incomplete. And Lockport will have it 2nd and 10 at the Moline 45-yard line. It's Jay Christensen, just a junior, but he is being highly touted. Considered one of the top 100 players in the Chicago area, according to the Chicago Tribune. Lockport, again, the defending Class 8A state champions, ranked number 1 coming into the 2003 season preseason polls. Receiver split right and left for Lockport at the Moline 45-yard line. 2nd and 10, Christensen looks to throw again. 3-step drop, downfield pass, incomplete. And that pass was intended for Zach Lammers. It'll leave the Porters now with 3rd and 10. That's 3 straight incomplete passes for Christensen. In fact, 4 of his last 5 passes have fallen incomplete. He completed his first 4 in a row, and then since then he is 4 of 5, and overall 5 of 9 passing for 78 yards. No score in the football game, approaching 1.5 to go here in the first quarter. 3rd and 10, Lockport at the Moline 45-yard line. Christensen looks to throw on 3rd down. Pass is in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Rich Bonko. I believe that's about the 7th different receiver that I have mentioned for Lockport here in the first quarter. He has a lot of different players that they can go to when they go to throw the football. So 3 straight incomplete passes for Lockport on this possession, and it's now 4th and 10, and Lockport will punt. And Christensen will handle the punting. He's 6'1", 190, and a junior. Back to receive for the Moline Maroons, Ricky Damewood, 5'10", 165, and a senior. Flag on the play on this punt. Damewood will let it roll inside the 5 and is down at the 1, but again, we have to unsort this penalty first.
There's a flag on the field.
There's a penalty, and it's against Lockport for illegal procedure. And I'm assuming that Moline will have the Porters punt the football again, as again that was down inside the 5-yard line. So 5-yard walk-off against Lockport, and we'll do the punt all over again. This is Fox Sports Radio 1230, WFX in Moline, as we're just past 8 o'clock here. 1:21 left to go here first quarter, and no score. So again, it was a false legal motion against, or a false start against the Lockport Porters. So Lockport will have to punt this football all over again. Jay Christensen back to punt. Back to receive Ricky Damewood. And there's the punt by Christensen. Damewood will let it drop. And I think it hit a foot of the Moline player. And Lockport has picked it up and going into the end zone. Nope, now they're going to call it dead. Nope, now they're going to call it Moline, or that Lockport football, as they're saying it hit the foot of Aaron Cook. That would be considered a muff. And Lockport picks up the football from there, but they cannot advance it because it is a muff, but it is Lockport football. So now Lockport is sitting with the football, 1st and 10 at the Moline, well, where they'll mark it, at the 11-yard line. So 3 turnovers in this football game, 2 on Lockport, 1 on Moline, and now Lockport, for the 3rd time out of 4 possessions, is inside Moline's 15-yard line. They've yet to come away with points. They'll try to do it again here. And there's a handoff. And the Moline defense had that one snuffed out.
Big surge by the Moline line, cross of 3 on the play.
As Sliwa on that play was dropped back for a loss to the 14-yard line, loss of 3.
2nd and 13 from the 14.
2nd and 13 from the 14-yard line for the Lockport Porters. Under a minute to go here, first quarter, no score. Under center is Jake Christensen. On 2nd down, rolls near side to throw. Looking toward the end zone. He's in the end zone. Touchdown for the Lockport Porter. Flag on the play, though. There's a flag on the far side. And the pass was complete to Adam DeCare. But let's unsort this penalty first. There's a flag laying on the far sideline. An eligible man downfield against the Lockport Porters. So that that touchdown is all for naught. And the ball is coming back. Be a 5-yard walk-off. That's the 3rd penalty for the Porters tonight for 25 yards. Again, an eligible man downfield against the Porters. That puts the football back to the Moline 19-yard line.
2nd and 18.
15.6 seconds left to go here, first quarter, no score.
2nd and 18.
They split Griffin out to this near side. He has 1 catch tonight for 16 yards. On 2nd down, Christensen looks to throw. Comes near side. Pass is incomplete, intended for Griffin. And now it's going to be 3rd and about 18 yards to go for a first down for the Porters.
3rd and 18.
And since that touchdown was taken away because of that ineligible man downfield, the Lockport quarterback, Jake Christensen, has misfired on 6 of his last 7 throws. I think that's 7 of his last 8 throws. Now take that back again. 6 of his last 7 throws he's misfired on. And we have stoppage of play with 8.8 seconds left to go. Lockport takes a timeout, and we will keep it right here. A reminder, tonight's game is being 3rd and 18 for the Lockport Porters as we resume play with just under 9 seconds left to go here first quarter. 3rd and 18. And we're ready to resume play now. Christensen looks over to the Moline defense. He'll duck it under center. He'll look to throw on 3rd down. Pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Rich Bonko, who was near the goal line, and it brings up 4th down for the Porters. And another incomplete pass for Christensen, as he is now throwing 6 straight incomplete passes, and 7 of his last 8 have been incomplete. So now Lockport will set up for a field goal. To hold it is Brandon Feely, and to attempt it is Matt Ludwig, and this would be a 37-yard field goal from the far hash mark. And there's the snap, the placement, the kick is up, and it is good. And just as the first quarter is expiring, we have one of the two teams putting points on the board. The Lockport Porters have taken the early lead 3-0 on a 37-yard field goal by Ludwig as the first quarter comes to a close. 1 quarter complete. It's the Lockport Porters 3, the Moline Maroons 0 from Browning Field. This is Moline football on Fox Sports Radio 1230. And back here at Browning Field, along with Jay Hake back at the Fox Sports Radio 1230 studios, I'm Mike Oakwit. Just underway here, second quarter, Lockport leading the Moline Maroons 3-0 as the Lockport kickoff sails into the end zone for an automatic touchback. Moline will start this first possession of the second quarter at their own 20-yard line. For the Lockport Porters, they had a 3-play, minus 8-yard drive. That's a scoring drive, minus 8 yards. It took up 1:17 seconds, a 37-yard field goal by Matt Ludwig. 1st and 10 for the Maroons at their own 20-yard line. Kevin Ryan looks to throw on 1st down. Passes, in and out of the hands of Alec Lance just beyond the 30-yard line. So the pass falls incomplete, and the Maroons will now have 2nd and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First quarter stats for you. Moline had 33 yards on the ground, 18 passing yards for a total of 51. The Lockport Porters, 21 yards on the ground, 78 through the air for a total of 99 yards. So now, on 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line, another incomplete pass for quarterback Kevin Ryan of the Moline Maroons. Brings up now 3rd down and 10 for the Maroons. 3rd and 10 for the Maroons at their own 20-yard line. A reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by Sexton Ford Service. 11:44 left to go here first half. Lockport leading Moline 3-0. Splitting to the near side is Ryan Mendoza and Alec Lance. I formation for the Maroons. Lorenzen the fullback, Hoskins the tailback, Kevin Ryan the quarterback. Handoff to Hoskins, and he tries to go off right guard, and he is met head on by a defender for the Lockport Porters, Mike Schaub, 6'2", 240, and a junior, and it brings up 4th down for the Moline Maroons. A loss of a yard on that rushing play for Hoskins. So now for the 4th time here in the first half, the Maroons will punt. On to do the punting is Jason Camella. There's the punt, a line drive punt. And the Porters will let it roll. It takes a Moline bounce inside the 40, down at the 37-yard line. And the Lockport Porters will take over with 10:59 left to go here in the first half of play. And the Lockport Porters leading here 3-0. The Hungry Hobo has 11 convenient Quad City locations, including their newest store at 4810 Elmore Avenue in Davenport, which is in front of American TV. The Hungry Hobo, easy to find, hard to resist. And there are proud sponsors of the Point After, which you can hear each and every Thursday night at 6 o'clock beginning next Thursday here on Fox Sports Radio 1230. On 1st and 10, handoff. That is to Sliwa. He's across the 50-yard line into Moline territory, across the 30. He's still on his feet, across the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown for the Lockport Porters. David Sliwa, 5'5", 145, and a senior. And the Lockport Porters have gone up 9-0 here with 10:47 left to go here in the first half. A 60-yard touchdown run. He just went down the far sideline. And just like that, Lockport on the scoreboard again. Now the extra point for Matt Ludwig. The kick is up and he splits the uprights. And the Lockport Porters go up by 10 with 10:47 left to go here in the first half. It's Lockport 10 and the Moline Maroons nothing. And left to right across your radio dial. There's the kick by Ludwig. And Aaron Cook will let it bounce into the end zone, an automatic touchback, and Moline will start off their second straight possession at their own 20-yard line. Sometimes I wonder about that. I just mentioned how Moline is going across left or right across your radio dial, and kind of wonder if they make radio dials anymore, or radios with dials anymore. Everything's pretty much gone to the digital age. But just imagine an old radio with a dial on it, with dials on it. 1st and 10 for the Moline Maroons at their own 20-yard line. Twin receivers near side. The receiver split to the far side. And there's a handoff to Lorenzen, the fullback. He's across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Brian Finnegan for the Lockport defense as Lorenzen picks up 8 yards on the first down play. Leaves the Maroons with 2nd down and 2. The Maroons have done a pretty good job moving the football here in this first half of play. 51 yards in the first quarter. Just not had the greatest of field position to work with. On 2nd and 2. A give again to the fullback, Lorenzen. He's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Picks up 4 yards and a Moline first down. You look at Moline starting field position, their own 25, their own 13, their own 4-yard line, their own 20-yard line, and also their own 20-yard line. So 5 possessions, and their best starting field position out of those has been their own 25. Receivers split right and left. Single setback is Alex Lance. Slot receivers to the far side. 1st and 10 for the Maroons at their own 32. Kevin Ryan will keep it. He'll try to go off left tackle on the keeper. He may have picked up a yard to the 33-yard line. That's about it. Leaves 2nd and 9 for the Moline Maroons. It's a gain of a yard.
Justin Hoskins will carry. Again, the play.
There was a flag on that play, by the way. Illegal motion against the Moline Maroons. The Lockport Porters have elected to decline that penalty and take the play, which again was just a 1-yard gain for the Maroons. Actually, they'll call it no gain at all. So 2nd and 10 for the Maroons. Twin receivers near side, Lance and Cook. I formation. Kevin Ryan looks to throw under some pressure. Pass incomplete. Just a little bit short of the intended receiver, Aaron Cook. So now the Maroons will be looking at 3rd and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Kevin Ryan, 1 of 4 passing here in this first half of play for 18 yards. Make that 3rd and 10 for the Maroons at their own 32-yard line. Earlier tonight, the Moline sophomores victorious 21-18. 3rd and 10 for the Maroons. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Kevin Ryan. Has some time to work with. He'll take it himself. He'll get to the 34-yard line where he is brought down by Adam Michalski. And now it's 4th down for the Maroons. Gain of 2 yards on the play for Kevin Ryan. And Moline will punt. Jason Camella will come in to punt. Back to receive for the Lockport Porters is Adam DeCare. And a flag will come out as it looked like one of the Moline's players started off a little too soon. DeCare picks it up at the 28-yard line across the 30. And he is tackled at the 34-yard line. Making the tackle for the Moline punt defense unit was Alec Lance. But again, there was a flag. False start against the Moline Maroons. So now let's see if Lockport elects to have Moline punt that all over again, or if they're going to decline the penalty and take the ball where it's at. The ball right now would be at around the 40-yard line, and Lockport has elected to decline the penalty and take the play. We have 8:27 left to go here, first half. Lockport leading Moline 10-0. Well, Lockport will start this next possession at their own 35-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Courtesy Car City. Twin receivers near side, one receiver split to the far side for Lockport. Christensen hands off to Slyo on 1st down. He's between the tackles. He'll get up to about the 45-yard line. Tackle made by the Moline defense. Keith Hooks, 6'2", 185, and a senior. As Slyo gets up to the 40-yard line, picks up 5 yards on the play. Twin receiver split near side for Lockport. Rago and DeCare. Christensen looks to throw on 2nd down. Down the middle of the field. Pass is caught inside the 25-yard line, and taking it to the end zone is Dan Brady. And it's 16-0 Lockport with 7:35 left to go here in the first half of play. A 60-yard touchdown pass from Christensen to Brady. And now the extra point. Matt Ludwig will attempt it. And he, again, splits the uprights, and it is good. So now the Lockport Porters have taken a 17-0 lead following a 2-play, 65-yard drive that took just 52 seconds. And the extra point by Matt Ludwig makes it 17-0 Lockport. And Lockport, who on their first 3 possessions could not get anything going, either had to punt or they had a turnover. Since then, though, they have scored on 3 straight possessions: a field goal, a touchdown, and a touchdown. In fact, their 2 touchdowns have been for 60-yard lengths. A 60-yard touchdown run by Slyo and a 60-yard touchdown pass now from Christensen, Jake Christensen, to Dan Brady. And again, it's a 17-0 differential. And that snapped 7 straight incomplete passes by Christensen. In fact, Christensen and Brady have connected for 105 of Christensen's 138 yards passing. So that has been a lethal combination here in this first half. We were expecting it to be Christensen and Griffin, and that's not been the case. It's been Christensen and Brady 2 times for 105 yards. Ludwig kicks it off to get this game back underway with 7:35 left to go here in the first half. Aaron Cook takes it at the 5-yard line. He gets across the 15 to the 18-yard line where he is met by Tim Bills. So 1st and 10 for the Moline Maroons at their own 19-yard line. And again, Moline for the 5th straight possession is starting from their own 20-yard line or worse. The best starting field position for Moline tonight was their own 25, and that was on the very first drive. Moline trailing here 17-0. Kevin Ryan under center, 1st and 10. Ryan looks to throw, comes near side, pass is caught by Lance at the 30-yard line. He breaks 1 tackle, gets to the 35-yard line where he's finally brought down by Brian LaGiglia. And a Moline first down. Spot the ball down at the 35-yard line, gain of 16 yards on the pass play.